I would like to introduce you to Alejandro. He's from Chile. I think he made a very good, clear description of himself during the first bit of the podcast. But we touched a few topics. We started strong and very deep with some big questions in life and mindfulness and how to stay balanced and what takes our peace away from us. And then we moved to how it is to live in a different country with a different language and how we see ourselves as Spanish speakers when it comes to communicate how we feel with people who use, and speak a different language as it's English. And so I think it's a very interesting conversation, and I hope you guys enjoy it as much as we did. Welcome to Perla Meets the World, a podcast where the travel world... Jesus. Is this recording?
¿Estás grabando ya?
Sí.
¿Qué?
Hacía tiempo ya.
Todo esto está...
Todo eso está grabado.
Pero hay que hablar en inglés, okay.
Yes, so we have to switch back to English.
Okay.
Sorry about talking in Spanish. This is what we do. Where are we?
We're at
right now? Early Beach.
Early Beach.
How would you describe Early Beach?
It's a small place. It's a beautiful little city. There's around 1,200 people living here. It is sunny every day. It's windy. It's beautiful. I like it. Beautiful watercolor. A lot of boats. A lot of islands around. It's a nice place to chill and have a joint. Or go for a bike ride.
If you want to chill, where would you go?
Oh, well, probably close to the ocean. Could be a beach. But I also love mountains, mountain tops. It doesn't have to be a tallest mountain ever, but it's nice. I like the feeling of just go for a hike and then get up there and then see everything from above. Just because the views are amazing. That's why I like to chill. I feel like I'm, because sometimes I feel like an ant. Everyone is like an ant colony of humans, I guess. But when you're on top, you get to see the same thing, but in another perspective. And I think that's cool. Just to see, okay, that's who we are, and you don't have to get lost in the whole, heat of the city, or all the pressures that you have because you're a little ant and you have to... There's a seagull doing yoga in a car. Did you see it? Well, anyway.
I didn't see it. I missed it.
Well,
you keep saying that. I think it's not real.
You missed it.
No.
For everyone that is listening, seagulls do yoga.
No.
They do. They stretch their wings and they put their little...
That's stretching, no yoga.
Okay. You haven't seen it, so you wouldn't know. Yeah. But those could be my chill places. I love the ocean and I love the mountains, so...
Is that why you started traveling? To see the world from a different perspective?
I think it was curiosity of... get to know what was on the other side of the world, literally on the other side. I'm from Chile and coming to Australia for the first time, traveling by myself, another language. So it was curiosity and, the willingness to try to do something different, I guess. And Australia and New Zealand, they got a lot of beautiful places to go, beaches and hikes and, forests. And I like all that, so I knew that it would come eventually, regardless of what's the place that I'm staying at. Gold Coast, Early Beach, or Lizard Island, or Perth, doesn't matter. Doesn't really matter because it's a beautiful place.
Have you been to New Zealand yet?
I have not.
Why did you mention that then if you haven't been?
Because they're the same latitude, they're really close to each other.
Yeah, two islands down there.
And I feel like if you are in Australia, it's always worth mentioning the Kiwis, because I love all my Kiwi friends and they're really cool. So I'm guessing that's why the land must be teaching them how to behave like that.
We've all seen Lord of the Rings, of course.
Yeah, exactly. Because of Lord of the Rings as well.
Do you like Lord of the Rings?
I do, yeah. But the movies, I'm not a good reader. I like the movies.
How so?
I don't know, I like long movies, and I think it's directed as well. Who is the director? Peter Jackson? I don't remember, but
that's the one.
yeah, like his style. He's doing yoga again. Fuck, did you see it?
I haven't seen it. You need
Well,
to stop doing this. Like, they don't do yoga.
They do.
No,
do yoga.
you're using these breaks to actually think about your
I am
answer.
not,
I
I
am
am
so
not.
sure about this.
I am not. There's actually, I think in the second movie, I'm not sure, but he used his children at that time, like when they were like invading. I'm not sure if it's the second or the third movie.
I'm scared now because the second one is pretty much the orcs like fighting.
Yeah, no,
So, I mean,
exactly.
if he used his
exactly, yeah,
children.
I don't remember now because I haven't watched it in a long time.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, he put his children to be like, I don't know, like secondary actors, I guess, extras basically. When they were like all the mothers, I don't know, all the women and children just like hiding in this like basement or something,
yeah,
because
I remember.
So the first two children that you see, it's them.
Wow, I
The
didn't
two
know
little
that.
blonde- yeah, that's a weird random fact.
So what else makes you you?
Well, my name is Alejandro. I always try to look around the world and see seagulls doing yoga, for instance, and nobody believes me until they see it. I don't know. I like to think of myself as like a chill person. I like music, love to relax, love sports as well. I love the ocean. That's the number one thing I feel like I should describe myself. If I'm describing vaguely myself, it should consider the ocean and color blue. Makes me, yeah, I think that's something that is really myself when I'm close to the ocean or any water body, I guess. Could be a river, could be a lake, and that's nice. Sometimes snow, but not. I'm not a great ski, you know. We've already been there, so I'm not gonna stop in there. Yeah, that's how I will define myself in 10 seconds.
How much do you think your nationality defines who you are?
I think every day is a little bit less because I think where you were born, it's important. I love Chile. I love where I'm from, but that does not define me as a person. Like I could be in this district, on that district, in a wealthy district or a poor district, and that does not necessarily define who I am. It certainly does play a role on who you are and your character and personality, I guess, but I think everyone should travel because you need to get out of that little box, could be, or that little piece of society that you're used to it. So you know that your nationality or where you're from, your neighborhood or your parents, they don't define who you are. You are constantly working on that, and you can just pick a place and time where you are like in a certain way, but then the next day you could be different. Of course, within 1 or 2 days you cannot see the difference, but within years you can see it. So I'm clearly a different person from the person that started traveling almost 3 years ago. Totally different.
How was that person?
Still love the ocean, still love music. Like many things do not change, but like I think a lot of misconceptions that you have in your mind or things that you thought that were true, they no longer have that you know, like sacred weight on your life. Like it's not that, I don't know, you get more open-minded, I guess. Could be, I don't know, be a more mature person right now. Acceptance of many different things that I thought at one point, oh no, I cannot do this. And I think that's the problem. Like your mind should be like a nice place to be, in a place that is constantly changing and evolving. And I think the sooner you embrace that and train your mind, I think the better. I think you get to know yourself better. That's what I will say. I think I changed a lot. I'm more tolerant. I'm not a totally different person, but I know exactly not exactly what I want, but I can identify like quickly right now things that I don't like, things that I don't want, and also working in the gaps in between. Like, I don't know, like expectations not too high, so you get like, you can be surprised by the moments instead of like planning things like a square. Like this day I'm gonna do this, and the other day I'm gonna do something else. I think planning does not work that well because I think you focus not on the present. Of course, there's a balance in all what I'm saying, but I think that's the key of understanding how at least I feel that I changed a bit.
How do you feel secure the most? Because I think most people like these kind of routines and planned days because it gives them something to look forward to and some structure to their lives, sort of. Do you think it works for people who are traveling as well, or it's only for people who have already a life within their city or whatever?
Like settled in. No, don't get me wrong. Like I like planning. Like if I go for a hike, if I go for, I don't know, like a boat trip or a diving trip, I like to know what I'm gonna do. Like I don't know, I got a drone and I got a GoPro. Like I cannot go and pretend that batteries are like forever. No, I want to know like how much battery I have exactly, because I don't know, like time when you're recording is precious, and if you want to record, I don't know, a shark, you need to be like in the right spot at the right time, right light, and it doesn't matter if it's not a good recording or not. It's just a matter of trying to be prepared, just trying, because of course, I don't know, if it gets windy, sometimes, I don't know, boat trip is canceled, or if it's like low tide or something, like the diving could be not very good. So I don't care about those things because we are all exposed. Things that I cannot control, I don't pay attention that much. But things that I like, so if I want to, I don't know, let's go for a hike. I like to have water, and I prefer cold water. So the day before, I'm just going to put water in the fridge. As simple as that. So it's not that I'm just like letting myself go and I don't plan. I do it, but not on a major scale. Because I could tell you like, within 5 years I want to have like a music band, or I don't know, earn certain amount of money. But it's not that you cannot rely on, you can have like those positive thoughts that will eventually give some shape or some sort of, I don't know, objective to what you do daily to get that goal. But that doesn't mean exactly that that's what's going to happen. Could be in less time, could be in more time, could be, I don't know, like in a way that you didn't know it was possible, or I don't know. That's what I'm saying. It's too complicated when it's like long term. You can have some thoughts and some guidelines, and that's good. But I think if you plan your life, I see some people just planning their lives like, okay, I'm just gonna keep working at this company, and I already have like 2 years with my girlfriend. We're gonna have an apartment and all that. That's cool if that's what you want. But to me, planning your life like that instead of living it, I think that's the key. Those are the two key words, like living and planning. There must be a balance like everything else.
What are the things that you need to be okay?
Okay, mental and physical, that changed a little bit the answer, but I think...
For example, to me, if I know that I can work out later on because it's something that I love and makes me feel good every day, that gives like my mind some peace. So I'm more flexible towards whatever it is that I want to do every day, because then I'm going to do what I want to do as well. So I can open to other plans and, unplanned things, as long as I keep my, my own thing as well going. Obviously, not every day I'm flexible, but, my private space, my little things that relax me enough to enjoy the uncertainty. So what are those things to you that make you flexible every day, for example?
I guess the answer is not specifically within mental, I don't know, state or physical state of things. I feel like your mind should be your number one place to be. That it's because you're every time like 24/7, like your whole life you're in your mind, and actually what happens is just gaps between expectations and reality, and how does your mind work on that? And I feel like your mind should be your strongest place to be, in a nice place to be. Some people just, I don't know, fill the gaps with relationships, or fill the gaps with alcohol or drugs, or I don't know, even art, even music, even painting or whatever. You could fill that gap with anything because it's your mind. You create that. And I feel like no matter where you are, your mind should be your number one, your sanity levels. Like when you play Sims, like if someone played Sims will understand that. If you like, you get different bars of stats that you have like as a person. So one is going to the bathroom. If that's on, it just gets lower and lower, and at some point you need to go to the bathroom. It's the same thing, but with sanity, I feel like it does not appear anywhere. or like getting good sleep, or I don't know, or working out, or having a rest after working out. It's not just working out. You need to do the whole thing to make it work, or to, I don't know, to feel that you, or to show progress. I don't know. It just depends on what your goals are. But I feel like your mind should be the most important place to be, in order to, for anyone to like go with the flow, or I don't know, accept that the world is not sometimes, it's not always sunshine and rainbow. It's a scary place at times. It's a nice place. It's full of good people, but at the same time, like, our society standards do not reward in any way like being nice. It's just something that happens. Like where I'm from, people are not that nice, and I can see why, because there's social pressures, there's a lot of injustice, political systems. I'm not gonna get into that. The only thing I can do is just try to cope with those things in a good way. For me, meditation works. For me, expressing myself through guitar works. Watching a movie works. Of course, you need to know exactly what you need. Like at some point, I'm a sociable, I don't know how to say it, like, I enjoy talking to different people, but at some point I need to just have a day for myself, because I know that will keep my sanity levels, on top of what I need to do. And sometimes I'm not going to talk to, I don't know, someone that is really cheerful, even though I want to, because I just don't feel like it. And yeah, a lot of us have to work on the delivery of that. Like, I not feel that great, but it doesn't mean that I'm depressed or I'm sad. I just need time for myself. I feel like all those things in balance that I just said, which is basically, I don't know, mindset. Yeah, we'll just put that into mindset, in a big bag of that says mindset. And it depends. Like, even though if you're a robot, like a person, like we are emotional beings, so I feel like you should be in touch with your emotions and accept what it comes. And I feel like that's how you achieve, I don't know, feeling that you're in the right place, in the right time, in the right job. You can get rid of all those things, but you will always be with your mind. That's by definition how it works.
Is that how you define happiness then? Is that happiness to you, like a good mental state, balance, being in the right place at the right time with the right people?
I feel like, yeah, there's a bit of luck in that place and time and people, but yeah, for sure, like happiness, my definition of happiness will be whatever, but I think in order to get there, or to be exposed to happiness in a more frequent way, I guess, you need to have those things in order, or at least in some balance that will allow you, because you're not going to be like 10 out of 10, even though if you could put numbers into it, which is not intuitive, even though if you could, you're not going to be like 10 out of 10 every day, even though you meditate, even though you do things that give you joy or makes you feel, I don't know, comfort or whatever it could be. So you don't have to be 10 out of 10 to achieve happiness, but I feel like the more you're synchronized with the things that I just said, the easier it gets to perceive happiness, because I feel like there's a pursuit of happiness, like in Hollywood would know about it, like there's a pursuit of happiness, but I feel like not just like those movies, but I feel like it's something that it's transitory. It's not always because not every day of your life you're happy. You could be grateful, and that could make you realize that, yeah, I have a roof on top of me, I got food, I got friends, I got things that I like, beings that I love, and I feel love. Yeah, that's a way of like reminding yourself that you should be happy, for instance. But also, like, if we're just walking and you're like, oh, you want an ice cream, I will be really happy with that silly thing, for instance, and that could make my day. Like, that's also like embrace or appreciate like little things, time with people as well. But going back to the happiness definition, it's something that I feel like we constantly try to look for, and it's not necessarily by goals or objectives that you like tick in a box, in a list. I don't feel like it's like that. I feel like it's something permanent that we do, like without even wanting it, because nobody wants to be miserable.
That's true.
Charles Chaplin said it. Yeah, Charles Chaplin said it. Greatest dictator speech at the end of the movie. Like, we like to live by each other's happiness, not by each other's misery. Human beings are like that. And it's true, but then you put money into it and it changes. You put, I don't know, religion into it and it changes. You put nationalities and it changes. So we all say one thing, we all agree on one thing, but then the how do you do it, how do you achieve it, that's how it changes. And that, yeah, there's a lot of cards in that hand, so to speak. But yeah, because not every day it's not every day that you say like, oh, you're happy, like. And I feel like the human mind gets used to being successful, achieve things, I don't know, having a partner that you feel like it's pretty, or your son is doing good in school. Like, you could be proud of many things. Like, a lot of people confuse different emotions with happiness. And I don't know, for instance, now I'm looking at the ocean, and it's happiness for me, because I enjoy the ocean very much. Every time I get into the ocean in a new place, I try to like feel it a little bit, and then just put like, I don't know, my toes in the water, and then slowly getting into it. For me, it's like a ritual, like a process, and that makes me happy, for instance. So
what does take happiness away from you then?
Could be people, could be a job, could be myself.
Wow, that sounds more interesting. Do you want to elaborate?
Could be myself. Yeah.
Don't you think that maybe everything is yourself?
Yeah, but not in a selfish way. Not in a.
No, of course not. But like everything, like,
yeah,
is born and dies within you.
It just goes. Yeah, I feel like that's a really good statement. Although we have to be careful in how we define it. But I think, yeah, like, you could make yourself miserable like every time. Again, to going back to the mindset thing. Not every day you're gonna be happy. Not every day you're gonna be sad, of course. So I feel like it's an exercise, and sometimes you try to push people away because you're pissed, or because you're angry, or because you're upset about something, and that's okay. And that's the key of people that love you, because they will see you and they will understand that if you're not reacting or acting like you normally do, something is happening. And that's the good thing about good and healthy relationships with, like in a I don't know, loving way, and also like with friends, because that's the idea. Otherwise, you're not getting yourself, you're not explaining who you are, you're not being really you. Like, what's the point? If you have a friend, he sees you like down, but he doesn't say anything, that wouldn't be like that good, for instance. At least that's my definition. Could be that's one side of it, and the other side is just, it's a bad day. You woke up, you had a headache, and it's complicated. I don't know, you woke up and you see that some bird took a big shit on your car, and you get pissed. And then, I don't know, could be small things like that, or could be, I don't know, I got rejected from that uni, I didn't get the loan for the house. Shit happens. I mean, different things happen, and we cannot every time like be, oh yeah, I'm a mindful person and I have my inner peace. Like, it doesn't matter. At some point that breaks, and that's the point of it. Needs to break in order to improve, in order to be better, in order to grow, basically. But yeah, like, it's complicated. I know it's complicated because that's how I think. So I'm not sure if I'm saying the right words even, but
there's no right words.
I feel like, yeah, no, because I want people to understand at least.
Oh yeah.
If there's someone listening, like, at least to understand what I'm trying
yeah,
to
well,
say.
haters gonna hate anyway, like.
Oh yeah, no, I don't care.
And indeed, I do firmly believe that haters gonna hate no matter what we do in life. So just make sure that you do what you feel, because we only live once. I felt the need. Oh my God! I'm just like looking at a cockroach upside down, trying to put himself back, and I'm not tempted at all to help him. I just felt the need to, put a break in between our conversation. Because I don't know if it's too long or not. I feel it's the right length, but well, here's a break just in case. And yeah, let's finish off the conversation. I appreciate the sentiment though.
I'm trying, yeah, because I'm trying to.
Yeah, explain yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that could be a key aspect of life, that you're the one making yourself miserable. Like you say, like, I don't know how to translate the phrase that you say, like, in Spanish, talking about, like, if you don't see something positive to cheer you up, it's because you don't want to, kind of. Do you remember that phrase? I wouldn't know how to translate it better than that.
But it's
kind of...
That's about it.
Yeah, so...
It's all about the perspective, I guess.
Yeah.
You can always choose the downside of things, or you can always like see the silver linings.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I like to think like the glass half full, half empty. I always thought that the glass was always full because there's water and there's air on it, so it's always full. That's what I like to think.
Oh, that's a beautiful way of saying it,
Is it?
actually. Yeah.
Yeah,
it is.
I feel like it's always full. So.
I don't know why. I feel so weird that we're both talking in English, like taking that, like
It's
we're
extremely
from
weird. It's
exactly like
disturbing.
Spain and Chile.
But
like
it's funny because
it is.
I read that once that it says that your personality tends to change a bit when you
Oh,
talk in
yes.
a different language.
Yeah, you now sound like a professor.
I do.
And you normally
no,
get-
no, I don't think I sound
No,
like a
like
professor.
more serious, I guess. Maybe.
Yeah,
How would you feel?
That's what happens when you learn the language watching movies, I guess.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm still very goofy in English, and I still do stupid things in English because I try to translate my character as well, not only my words.
No, my
and sometimes it
character
doesn't
is not.
fit, and people are like, "Wow, you're too loud," and I'm like, "I know, but that's how I am
Yeah.
with your language."
Yeah,
So-
that's true. Like it happens to me as well. Like
Yeah.
I try to translate things sometimes, and it does not apply because in my language it does. But then I say it, and as I'm saying it, it's like, you know what? That didn't make any sense.
What's the weirdest like sentence or saying that you tried to translate from Spanish, and people were like, "What the heck is going on?" And you're like, "You know what? Never mind. It's fine."
I'm not sure if it's the best one, but people laugh, so I'm not sure up to this point if they got the message or not. It was like, in Spanish, it's a saying that goes, un pájaro en la mano vale más que 100 volando, which means like, if you have a bird on your hand, that is worth more than 100 flying around you. And when I said it, I'm not sure if people got it, because it tries to express that. I'm not even sure what it tries to express. I'm not even sure the context, but
I think
people just laugh at it.
I think well, we have the same one in Spanish, but it's like shorter, like pájaro en mano, mejor pájaro en mano que cientos volando.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the exact same thing.
Exactly.
But for us, it means that it's better to have something secured, even if it's just one thing, tiny thing that you know that you do have, than just like,
Yeah, 1,000 ideas.
yes,
around.
exactly. That the unknown of like so many possibilities, but in reality, you have nothing.
Yeah,
And
like the
yeah,
fake
or
sense of having things when you don't.
exactly. Even like the other one, like it's better to have like a bad thing that you know, lo malo conocido que lo bueno por conocer.
Oh yeah.
It's
yeah.
another one. It means like
Yeah.
it's better to have something, even though it's negative, you know that you do have it and know it, than something that you don't know at all.
Yeah, true,
Because it
yeah,
could be good, it could be bad.
Yeah.
So the comfort of knowing something that's already
Yeah.
bad, but you do know it already.
Yeah, in English, I think it translates to it's better the devil you know than the devil to be. I don't know, like but it's with devils. I don't know.
Oh, cool! I didn't know there was like an expression for that in English.
There's a saying. Yeah, I don't know it. People that speak English, I'm sorry, I don't know enough.
How deep do you think English speakers are? Like, the English. Yeah, because we talked about this, like our vocabulary, our languages, our cultures. We have so many words, synonyms, and ways to express our feelings, because that's what we do most of the time. We're feelings.
Yeah.
But then they are very content. Do you think it's because of the language, or it's all...
I think the language got a lot of impact on how do you express yourself. That's why, and I'll never get tired of repeating that the poetry novels that get awarded are in Spanish, not in English. I'm sure probably not in German as well. And not
Or
in
Russian?
Not in Icelandic or Russian, because it does sound like you're getting angry at someone.
Yeah, that's true.
And I don't know, or it could be just coincidence, but that's how I feel like it is. And when I read something poetry in English, I'm like, oh, that's deep. But when I read it in Spanish, I'm like, fuck, that changed my life. This is different. But on one hand, if you don't need it to feel it like that, that's even a better description of a language. Like, I need less words to say the same. But then on the other hand, it's like, I don't know, sometimes I rather like detail and explanations. Like, that's why also like the scientific papers get translated into Spanish, because you got different levels of detail depending on what you're saying. And that's why also like English is like Earth's language, basically, or something, because it's simple, it's easy to learn. You just have the thing, one thing, and in Spanish, you just add problems because you have things in male and female, and even in German, I think it's even worse. You have things that are female or male, and males
and neutral as well.
It's fun, neutral, yeah.
Yes, the baby is neutral, for example. It doesn't matter whether it's a baby girl or a baby boy. It's always going to be neutral.
Yeah, exactly. So
it's very confusing.
I feel like the language plays a huge role on it, but also how your society is. Because I feel like within Latin America, Chileans are not very, I wouldn't say comforting, or that they will touch you, or, I don't know, give you a hug. Like we do, at least with my friends, we do. But if you go, for instance, one part of my family is from Venezuela. They are extremely like, they will give you everything that they have. They will be always honest. No one is trying to do something harmful to you. And they will give you a hug. They will like pat on your back and be like, hey, how are you doing? How are you going? That's in Chile, we don't do that. We're colder people than people from the Caribbean. And I feel like that happens a lot as well with British people. I had a couple of British friends, and they kind of get surprised when you hug them, because maybe they have this square meter thing, and I respect it, because I don't feel like touching people every day, like or be touched. No. Talking about, giving a hug, giving someone like a handshake, and holding someone in your arms, different kinds of levels. So I feel like that plays a role. Could be even weather. Like if you're like in Canada and those places, there's like no daylight for 3 months, and a lot of snow. I don't feel like people hug each other that much, but I feel like because there's no incentive, there's no sun shining, there's no.
Well, I mean, being cold is the best incentive for me to hug someone. Just give me your warmth right now.
But if you're wearing like 3 coats and 3 shirts, and like you hug. Like
a bubble.
You're hugging a pillow. Yeah, you're hugging a pillow.
It's so comfy though. But yeah, I see your point.
It is, but a pillow, it's a pillow.
I know.
It's not you see that maybe weather plays an effect, but I don't feel like it's people that speak English that are like cold because they want to. It's just because of, I don't know, tradition. I don't feel like I don't see British people like hugging each other like I don't know, in a business meeting.
Yeah, but I do feel that the language plays a really good role in there, because I think the language they have, it limits how they express themselves when it comes to emotions. So to me, even if you talk with one from the Great Britain and one from the States, they all it's just like they calm down and balance what they feel with the words. It's just like there's no much excitement when they talk, or if they're sad, it's not a massive sadness, it's just contentment. I don't know if it's good or bad, it's just how it feels.
I feel like it depends on the situation. I
guess
because it's good to not let all your emotions
control you,
go in what you're saying, and having a knot on your throat and being just about to cry each time.
Yeah,
I feel like that's one extreme, and the other one would be talking like a robot, basically. I feel like, hey, I'm sad, I'm devastated, but then you see this guy's face, and he's not.
He's fine.
He's not shaking. He could be like saying like, hey, I won the lottery, like the same thing. It could be same. So I feel like there's a balance on it.
Yeah.
I feel like when I'm talking to people that are the first language is English, I feel like sometimes I let myself go more than they do with my emotions and stuff, and I can see it because they don't do it, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's just, people are complicated and different. That's how I feel it. I don't feel like it's good or bad.
No, it's just different.
It's just different.
And it's funny. It's a challenge to adapt to that kind of culture, trying to speak their language.
Yeah, that's
without them thinking, oh my God, you're so emotional. It's like, no.
Yeah, I feel like that's why when I'm traveling and I speak Spanish, I just try to smooth my Chilean accent, because it's a hard accent. It's like an Australian accent. A lot of slangs, shortened words and stuff like that. So I try to like make it as easy as possible for people to understand. Although if you're talking to me 30 seconds, you will realize that I'm from Chile, that I speak Spanish.
I don't know.
Well-
Just for you to know, guys, he's Chilean, but he's not using his Chilean accent as much as I would like.
Okay, well,
Because
that's-
it's a very
that's your
lovely
problem,
accent.
then. That's your
Well,
problem.
it's my problem. But I mean, yeah, you can tell you're from Chile, but it's not very, very strong compared to other like Chilean
Yeah,
people that
yeah.
I normally talk to here in Italy.
Oh yeah, because I want people to understand what I'm saying. That's
To
I'm
be
trying to-
condescending and
yeah, because like
thoughtful.
I hated that when I first arrived to Australia. They all use slangs, and I'm like, dude, I can barely speak English, and you're like talking different words
That's
and
true.
pretending that I have to know them just because I'm in Australia.
Well, but like if you don't understand, you can always tell them, hey, by the way, don't forget that I'm from Chile. Like, can you repeat or something? And maybe they would understand as well.
Well, yeah,
I think that's their
Yeah.
tactic. They just show you what they have, and then if you don't understand,
Yeah.
you'll let them know, and then they'll
Yeah.
adjust.
it's just yeah.
Easier, I think.
Yeah, but if I don't know if you're in a bottle shop and there's like 3 people like waiting after you, like you're not gonna be like, hey, can you repeat that? Like not every time. I know it's just a silly example, but not every time. But yeah, like 3 years in Australia, I understand everything they say now. But when I first got here, my first boss was from Melbourne, and he couldn't speak. Well, he spoke like really fast and talking like, like facing, I don't know, like
Downwards.
yeah, downwards, or like looking at his feet basically. And I'm like, dude, but if you don't talk like loud and clear, I'm not gonna be able to, understand you. And if you use slangs, I mean, if you explain them, that's good. But otherwise, you just basically flip a coin every time you talk to me to see if I got it or not.
But I think that's a compliment as well, because it means that he's treating you as like one of their own.
Yeah,
he's not
true.
assuming that you don't have
That's true, that's
the
true.
capacity to understand him, which is also good.
That's true, yeah. That's
I guess.
True. But it's not the reason why I don't do it.
Yeah, I know.
That is not. But I
It's just because you don't want that to be done to you. Like, it's easier. Make it
Yeah.
easier. Why
No, but
complicate things?
Now that you said that, I feel like way better.
Of course,
because-
that's how I see it myself too.
Because yeah, no, it's like
In Scotland, where they would be like, oh, blah, like, all right, or whatever, and I would be like, what? So, like, do you remember that I'm from Spain? It's like, oh, yeah, I know, but you speak so well English that I just talk to you as if I would
yeah,
talk to
that's a compliment.
my
basically.
neighbor.
That's
Yeah.
a compliment. Yeah, like
I think so,
I
yeah.
feel like you will understand what I'm saying. That's good. But what happens?
You
with
can take it.
yeah, exactly. With Chilean accent, it's just it's horrible. I don't like it. I mean,
That's why
I do.
you don't show it
I
that
do,
often.
but I feel like I could talk 20 words and 16 of those being slang. That's not a proper way to express yourself anywhere. You
That's
know?
true.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like, but at the other end it's what you're saying. So I guess it's a point in the middle. And also, I got friends from different countries in Chile. My closest friends, they are Chilean, but one of them is the family's from Russia. The other is from Uruguay, and the other, yeah, no, he's 100% Chilean. But still, like with family in Spain. So that's why I got like a different mixture. And my family, we speak like with Venezuelan accent. My family's from Venezuela as well. And my family from my father's side, it's from the south of Chile, which is a different accent. Every time, if you go south in each country, you will find a different accent. So I got a different accent going on. That's what I'm trying to say. And that makes me feel that if I speak 100% like I want to, I'm not going to get my point across, or I will have to repeat myself or leave someone hanging on a conversation, which is extremely rude. Could be because there's a lot of boyfriends and girlfriends here and there that oh yeah, I'm from Argentina, but my boyfriend is from Israel. I cannot pretend that he will understand everything that I say. The poor guy is already trying his best to understand what the hell is going on. I'm not gonna be talking with la wea, el weón, puta la mierda, la concha tu madre.
Oh, it's so lovely.
Because no one. Because you see, you just get distracted by the accent.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, but
I do.
But that's what happens, and I don't want them to feel like, hey, I'm being rude. No, if someone, I don't know, like if you're in Australia, you probably want to speak English, at least want.
Yeah.
You should know something, but you probably want, and that's the only way. Like if you're exposed to it, you will. I don't know. You'll get soaked in it. You know, I guess so. So. If you see someone that is, for instance, I'm clearly from Latin America, from South America, or maybe Spain, I don't know, or Portugal, but that's it. I'm not Russian. I'm not from the States. I'm not white.
You are white.
Well, yeah, but no.
You're very Caucasian for a Latin person, and that sounds extremely
that's
racist.
That sounds horrible for a Latin person. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm
I'm sorry, but yeah, it's true.
Yeah, no, and I
you
like
need
that.
some more suntan.
Well,
You're getting there.
I'm getting
Still in
there.
the reddish.
Yeah.
The reddish thing.
No, I'm okay. I forgot what I wanted to say. But yeah.
I think that's the perfect ending for the podcast.
But yeah.
Unless you want to say something else about different cultures and accents and stuff.
No,
or whatever it is that you want to say.
I do love Chilean accent in the country. I just feel like within this context, it's not always the right choice to go. Even if you're talking to countries that are neighbors, like Argentina or Peru, I will, like get my accent to be not that strong. Just because basically I'm selfish and I don't want to repeat myself.
That's exactly what I wanted you to say. Just because I am selfish. So
Okay.
basically everything
So the whole
starts
idea-
and ends in you, as I said before.
Yeah, I didn't say no.
I know.
I didn't say no. Yeah, true.
Well, I guess that's what we do as humans. We just run away from pain, and everything that we do is just to generate ourselves some pleasure.
Which is okay.
Which is okay, because then we die. So
And
you
we
might as
die.
well enjoy the ride.
Exactly.
To wherever the fuck it is that we're going.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Optimistic nihilism.
Optimistic nihilism. Okay, we'll talk about that in our next
In another episode.
chapter. Yeah.
In the next episode.
But I think it's a very interesting point of view of life and how to take life,
Yeah.
how to live it, and
Yeah.
I don't know, the place that you are at the moment and the role that you're playing. It's quite interesting.
Exactly.
Is this your phone?
No, that's probably
Someone else's phone.
Someone
Oh,
else's,
yeah,
yeah.
we have neighbors
we have neighbors.
who can understand us.
Exactly.
Right. So thank you. What was your name again?
Alejandro. You can call me Alex.
Alex
As
with
long,
an X.
As long as I'm in Australia.
Oh,
And as long
fair.
as you don't speak Spanish. Because if you do, I'll get offended.
Can I not call you Alex?
No, you cannot. Pearl.
Fair.
Yeah,
Fair.
exactly.
That's a fair
that's
point.
exactly why.
That's a fair point. Okay.
Yeah.
Alex.
Thank you.
Alejandro.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for listening, guys. That was it. I hope it was not too long, although I kind of enjoy this format, like longer conversations rather than just 20 or 30-minute interviews. So I'm not sure whether I'm gonna keep doing, the same length. Probably. But yeah, you can take as many breaks as you like from, the podcasts and come back whenever you're ready.